for this. It seems like Facebook does not allow this any longer. But anyway.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Whoa, that I hear loud and clear now. How can I hear him? Wow. Yesterday's price is not. That's officially from the half Cuban, Fat Joe, but that was the full Cuban, um, Coach CNT.
Yeah. I'm coming. 50 division is a wrap with my broken hamstring. Let's go.
Oh my God! So this guy turns around and he gets injured. Now, by the way, this weekend I have a phone call from us, one of the competitors in the 65 to 69 division. He actually hurt his knee. So Coach TNT there is, I believe, injury number total number 6. I told the guys take it easy, but then they have because so Coach TNT, I have a question. So is your camera actually on, or is this your OnlyFans channel? So you're not
No.
showing it.
No, the camera's on.
We have a blank screen in the bottom, but at least we got some audio here. Houston, we do have audio. Anyhow, you have any? How about? Do you have any questions or give me your feedback? By the way, this is the gentleman who was smart enough to tap into my arsenal of martial arts prowess, and he is the developer of SniperFight.com, which will go down, and in other words, it won't be free, and SniperFighter.com will be the site that people have to pay. But what do you have to say?
Um, I'm just.
Oh, you guys see him, Willie Marshall. Thank you very much for that. Hey, congratulations, champ. You won grand champion again, 50 and above. Man, it would be nice if you came home. You were so close. Come to the event. I think you would appreciate it if you can make it. So they can see you. I just can't. So what can you say?
That's for me.
Yes, sir.
I'm just super excited, man, that to see this whole thing come to fruition from the time we started talking about it here in Miami, and it's almost like it's almost surreal, just having it come from your mind, travel down to your mouth, and out of your mouth is when everything starts to happen. And like I said before, I'm proud of you, man, and I'll be there, hell or high water, broken hamstring or not. I'm still going in there. They're gonna have to wheel me out of there in an ambulance, but we're going.
So officially, what happened was that you was in the middle of training.
Yes,
Is it about a month ago at this
about a
rate?
month ago, and I was gonna compete in the tournament which you trained me for with my kids. And the Friday prior to the tournament, I was sparring with a young black belt guy, and I went to throw a kick at his head. And when I came down with the kick, I got his ankle, and it kind of jumped off his ankle, and it pulled and snapped the hamstring off the ischium bone.
Oh,
Yep. 7 days prior, so close.
wow. And that was for the initial event back in late July, I think it was, right? So
Correct.
it's been a
That is
little
correct.
over. Yeah. So even the setup. So let's talk about that. How the heck you get me to go to Florida?
It
That
you
was a
know,
good one.
it has to do with my ex-wife and my kids. My kid was my first kids competition, and because we used to do that, what I used to do when I was younger with you, and I was like, wow, this is great. My kids following in the footsteps. Let's do this. So I called their mother. I said, hey, are you gonna be there for the kids competition? She goes, yeah. So I said, all right, it'll be a nice, mother father reunion to be there for their kids. And lo and behold, I get to the parking lot and she brings her boyfriend and he's competing. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, is this guy trying to be like super dad on my kids? It ain't gonna
Oh my
happen.
God. The truth
So I
comes out.
so I said, wait a minute. I said, there's a tournament coming. The last time I competed was about 30 plus years ago. I'm competing and I'm gonna win. But the only person I know that can help me do this is my Yoda, Jerry Fast Feet Fontanez, my original sensei when we were 19, and he kicked the cup off my head, but he actually kicked my head, and it's gonna
Right, take
happen. So I
care.
said, I'm gonna call this guy. You know what? Because you put me on. You put me on to Anthony Robbins, and Anthony Robbins said, if you wanna do what you need to do, find the best that's ever done it, and get with him and have him teach you. So I called the only guy I knew that could help me in such little time, and it was you. So I called you. You came to Florida. You came to my house. We trained. We built the program. We did everything, and I committed to your show. I committed to that show, and it was just, we got the wheels turning, man, and the wheels are still turning to this day. So.
Hey, we got the world famous Helen Chung, formerly known as Chung, John Chung's sister here, and Willie Marshall and Robert Quinones. We got some people that are watching here. That's TNT. My student, who also has a great story, Iron Kingdom. Is that right? Iron Kingdom, which is a documentary that they wrote about a stage of his life. Maybe we're gonna have to do a second documentary.
Iron Temple.
Iron Temple. What did I call that?
Iron Kingdom.
Iron Kingdom. Oh, she's been beating me up all day.
Iron Temple. They can watch it free on YouTube, on Tubi.
Oh, Tubi. Look at that. So, but what you was able to do, and that I was pretty fascinated by, you got me to go down the day after I won Grand Champion at the second tournament in May.
Correct.
And I wasn't too happy that they made me wear headgear and so on and so forth. But we were able to extract in the initial trip, I believe, close to 3 hours, and not just over 3 hours of content. How did you pull that off?
Personally, I'm not a procrastinator. So I said, look, if we're gonna do this, I got my cameras here. I'm not gonna let you stop me from helping you get what you need to do for your success. Because obviously, at 19 years old, at 18 years old, when you first wanted to get that school in Manhattan, it was you and me and the Porsche freezing, sitting in front of that. So I'll never forget that. You were a big influence for me in my life as a teen coming up. And so when you mentioned that you want to do certain things, I said, you know what, I'm gonna do everything in my power that I can to help you move the needle if I could. And if that works, then I'm just elated that I was able to do that.
No, what was cool about it was that we were able, and I gotta say we, because it was you and I, but you're the one that initiated it, started asking me questions about my mindset between the techniques. Guys, sniperfight.com is phenomenal. I mean, you gotta go. I mean, I'm biased, but the truth of the matter is that we wasn't just able to take the sniper fighting curriculum, sparring curriculum, and put it on video, but we got the insights of how to and the mindsets and the when, how to catch people between their breaths. But one thing that was interesting, I believe, was, and what do you think about this, TNT, when I started doing the different region style of fighting?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, they do that over there for real? I never knew that they did so many different things in so many different regions that they were not allowed in certain regions. I was like, wow. Yeah. And that they still currently do it.
Yep. So, of course, there's still a generation of people who do groin kicks, because Kempo style was the dominant style, and 3/4 of the country that had groin kicks. In the meantime, why today they wouldn't have groin kicks? And someone's saying, hey, are we going to have groin kicks in you, man? The answer is yes, in those regions that have groin kicks. Now, groin kicks was in Texas, groin kicks was in Chicago, groin kicks was in California. And we did that with the NBL back in the days too. But then when we fought for the Super Grands, one year they had groin kicks, the next year there wasn't groin kicks. So if you're really a good competitor, with or without any rules, I should say, with or without groin kick, you should be able to win.
Right, 100%. And that course, that sniper fight course, I mean, it enabled me to ask you questions that goes on in the mind of a competitor or an individual when he's watching a fight. Oh, but why didn't he do this? Oh, why didn't he do that? And how is it that you managed to go this way when I thought it was coming this way? And the way you broke it down was you don't see it when you're in the mix or when you're watching it, but the way you explain it in the detail, and then we redo it and we reshot it, and it was just, man, I look at it every day. And I believe because I couldn't be physical and getting ready for the 20th, but I believe just having it in my brain and having it in my subconscious by repeat watching it, it's just gonna come out naturally.
Yeah, repetition is the mother of skill, as you know. So we have another Torres there, one of the Torres twins, Black Dragon. So we got a whole bunch of Torres. In the spirit of my brother Luis Torres is here too. So. So those, Ray Torres and his brother Jay, they have probably highlight reels as good as anybody else, doing cartwheel kicks and swing kicks and axe kicks and rich hands and dropping people with spinning hook kicks and all types of stuff. So, that's something that I always respect because it's showing proof, right? Talking about it
Right.
is one, but taking action and seeing the results is something else. It's interesting because when you really when we backtrack, the initial two trips, which were about 2 weeks apart, there was no mention about a martial arts tournament, and then all of a sudden I say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this tournament," and then we're thinking, "Wait a second, there's not enough time. Not enough time." And then I was able to tap into the universe and ride a wave and get these custom medals that we didn't have enough time to get. What do you think about that?
They came out beautiful. I'm shocked and happy that you were able to pull it off, because I believe that it's those distinct and original things that you present to the competitor that makes the competition worth going to, because it's one of a kind. Not only that, but it says something about the promoter, about how much you care about the art, how much you care about the legacy, how much you care about the age division that you're presenting these one of a kind medals to. It's just like I've seen the other competitions and the other tournaments, and they give out a plastic thing, which is really no thought put into it. There's no care put into it. It's just okay, he's first, he's second, but with the just the colors alone, the silver, the bronze, and the gold, indicative of like the Olympics. It's just that's next level thought. Nobody ever puts thought into that stuff. So I love that.
Well, I appreciate that because I'm the end user, right?
Yeah.
I'm the actual market myself, being a competitor. I'm saying, man, how come we always have to have this cheapy choppy stuff? Like it's like, come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. And for whatever it's worth, and I briefly mentioned it earlier, we're giving away $2,000 for prize money. And I spoke to one of the top martial artists that was on the team with Toki Hill, Billy Blanks, Jose Jordan, Toki Hill, and Alberto are three of, I believe, six of the team members that went over to Spain or competed representing the AAU. And I said to him, no one even asked me how much money I was going to give away. And he said to me, and wait a minute. He said, yeah, we never made any money. Because remember, we were the Amateur Athletic Union, AAU. We wasn't allowed to even earn money.
Right.
So the reason why most people didn't ask me for money is because most of them had never earned money at tournaments. Meantime, I did. I needed it as a vocation for my so-called diaper and Similac milk money in the weekend. I couldn't just come home with trophy because I was told we can't eat the trophies. And they were right. Hey, Ray said winning is great, but entertaining the spectators, oh, hell yeah. Time for some action, please. Everywhere I go, I think entertainment is part of fun, and fun is joy. Joy is my goal. I'm not sure if we lost TNT there because I don't see the thing now, or maybe there's a timer on it. Anyhow, yeah. So we lost Tony Torres, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'm not sure why he got cut off, but I know that the spectators absolutely need to be entertained, and yeah.